One CUB, one Z night meets day him. It asterisk was asterisk funny after all. The way she had just collapsed. Asterisk like one of those Pinocchio puppets with a knife cutting the strings all at once. He thought. He knew laughing. Everyone knows laughing after all. It's what all the flesh puppets did at seemingly random moments. When a puppy licked their faces, or when a man dressed in expensive finery fell, face first, into the mud. There was no predicting what made the flesh puppets laugh. Asterisk. And they say, I'm the crazy one. He thought. Yet here's the first evidence that maybe he was. His body had acted on its own volition. He had just pulled the trigger of his rifle and watched as the woman had just fallen in a heap. His diaphragm had got haywire, and it was like his breathing wouldn't find its normal beat. But it had passed. Fortunately, it had passed. He scooped up his rifle, locking his bipod in the up position, and gained his feet. He scurried into the darkness. She felt it before she saw it. New. Different. And why now? She had never felt one of her cheerful familiars after the sun had gone down. She doesn't understand why that is. It just is. But no matter. The doctors and psychologists may call her what they like. She knows she's sane. Saner than most, thank you very much. Just because they can't see what she sees doesn't mean that it's asterisk her asterisk who's crazy. No, they're just blind. And besides, she buys her medication monthly. She doesn't take it. Asterisk, 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 forbid. But she buys it and tells the lies that will make everyone happy so she can get on with her life. She lives with her mother still. Her paintings bring her some money, but not enough to survive on her own. Not in this economy, anyway. But she is talented with her brushes and paints, and has whole series of her small friends. She's used to them rising with the morning sun and dancing playfully in her windowsill, giggling their wind chime giggles and inspiring her artwork. Asterisk schizophrenia? No, schizophrenics only hear and see bad things, not me. And I would be so lonely and sad if my friends disappeared. She thinks as she throws her thick red hair into a sloppy ponytail with a scrunchie. Sure, it's weird that her inspiration seems to be striking at night. After all, it had never done that before. But she intends to strike while the iron is hot. Crazy or not, she has a work ethic. She peers out into the moonless night through her open window, waiting. She squints into the darkness, waiting for the familiar giggling and that euphoric excitement that heralds the arrival of her little dancing friends. But as she waits for her eyes to adjust, she only feels the darkness and gloom, as if the thick ebony dark is peering back through her window and deep into her. Asterisk. I need to shut the window. She thinks. The thought is urgent. The thought is a runaway train plowing through the center of her heart and soul. It is an imperative. It is her survival instinct shrieking at her. Her happy little friends asterisk never asterisk come at night. She scrambles to her feet from chair and easel, tripping over her own feet and collapsing, feeling like a marionette with its strings unceremoniously cut. She feels ice beginning to flow upwards from her spine, freezing cold flowing to her brain and out to fingertips. Her heart races as something with a deep but soft voice whispers through muddy lungs. Too late. Her heart is practically humming in her chest, her whole body trembling as she shivers through the ice in her veins. She sees it, perched upon the window frame, staring down at her. Asterisk. Why is it so big? Why is it so wet? She thinks, not wanting to believe what her eyes are showing her. A new experience for her. It slides greasily off the window, landing on the hardwood with a sickening sound, a slimy mess of a thump and a splash. Its eyes are giant. They shimmer yellowish green with the frozen intensity of a serpent, but under those eyes are its mouth, open wide with a handful of brown broken teeth, giving her the mental impression of an abandoned cemetery in a forgotten swamp. And the smell? Christ, the smell! Sweet and cloying. An olfactory symphony of rot. She feels warmth returning. No, she feels burning. Her own green eyes are locked helplessly on the soaking impish thing, smiling. Yes, the thing is asterisk smiling asterisk at her with a single mottled fist raised in the air as it leers. Her whole chest feels like a fire has been set in her lungs, grasping her racing tortured heart in a single, smoldering, clenching, agonizing vice grip. She gasps. trying to cool off the flames in her breast with the coolness of the blessed night air. But her lungs only fill with the grotesque fetid miasma of the dripping horror grinning down at her. She feels faint, her body struggling to heave out the descending darkness of the terrible, reeking, encroaching fog. But the ghostly fading sounds of playful, happy giggling caress her dismissing soul as the ice in her veins settles into cooling lead that pulls her down to the hardwood with a thump she never feels nor hears. Story by the _best_yak_ever on Reddit. Follow me and never have to look for a part 2.